What's up, YouTube? It's Jeff Tuffner right here on the Glorious Podcast with my SummerSlam 2017 predictions for this giant card of matches. We have 13 matches, 2-hour pre-show, 4-hour main show, so 6 total hours, and we'll probably end up going overtime past 11 o'clock, so it might be more than that. So we have a bunch of action Sunday night for SummerSlam. Let me just start off by saying, before I get into my predictions for the show, that this card, I don't know what to think of it, because, of course, I'm excited for SummerSlam. As a big wrestling fan, I'm always going to be excited for SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and all the big pay-per-views. I'm always excited for every pay-per-view, even if the card's looking like, complete shit. So I'm excited for SummerSlam, no question about it, but the card is just, it's not really an intriguing card if you look at it. And it seems like a very predictable, not intriguing card. I mean, there's a handful of matches I went through. Of the 13 matches, there's 4 or 5 matches that I'm interested in seeing Sunday. The rest, I don't give a shit about, to be honest. But you never know. Stuff could change my mind. Stuff could be better than what is expected. So anyway, let's get right into these predictions here. We're gonna start with the Kickoff Show. Now, as of now, there are 2 matches scheduled for the Kickoff Show. One was just announced yesterday. I did a video on it. It is the Hardy Boys teaming with Jason Jordan to take on The Miz and The Miztourage, which is Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Yes, we just saw this match on Raw. There's 3 matches on here that we saw on Raw, and we are getting again at SummerSlam, which is just weird. Like I said, this last week in WWE, these past 2 shows, Raw and SmackDown this past week, were very just weird shows. That's how I'm going to put it. Anyway, I mean, like I've said before, and like I said in the video yesterday, it sucks to see the Hardy Boys come back and be in the pre-show of SummerSlam. I was like, that's what everybody was talking about after WrestleMania. It was The Undertaker retiring, and it was the Hardy Boys returning. Now we're at SummerSlam later the same year, and now the Hardy Boys are probably going to be one of the first matches on the pre-show of SummerSlam. I know. Like I've said before, I know they were supposed to have the number 1 contenders match with Gallows and Anderson and the Revival, and then Scott Dawson got hurt, so the Revival couldn't go. So they've had to completely trash those plans and do something else. So I get it's last minute. It just sucks that they weren't in some kind of legitimate thing right now, that everyone was talking about, because no one's talking about this match. Most people might not even see this match. It's just, I don't know, they'll probably put it on real early when people are still filing into the arena and everything, and not everyone's tuning into the network yet. So it'll be like a half crowd match or whatever. So as for the match, I don't care who wins. I mean, who won? I don't even remember who won on Raw, to be honest with you. I think it was the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan. I don't know. I'm just gonna say they're gonna win again, whatever. But I don't know. I'm not. I mean, you would think maybe the Miz and the Miztourage would get the win back, but I'm just gonna take the Hardy Boys in this match. Another match on the pre-show is the Cruiserweight match. So, Cruiserweight match, only one Cruiserweight match. Cesaro versus Neville. Cesaro obviously won the title on Raw. And just like the match I just mentioned, this is another match that we saw on Raw with a clean finish, a new champion, because the title was even on the line. And we're getting again at SummerSlam, and I have this awful feeling WWE is going to put the title back on Neville. It's not that I don't want to see the title on Neville. It just makes this past Monday, Cesaro winning it, just completely ridiculously stupid. It just turns into pointlessness. I don't even know if that's even a word, but nonetheless, it wouldn't make sense. Now, then again, we don't know if Neville's going to win. Neville might not win, Cesaro might retain. But I've just been saying it ever since the Raw review. I said I have a feeling they're going to put the title back on Neville, because that's how they do business. I've seen it before. I can't name time off the top of my head, but I just know I've seen this before where they take it's just dumb booking. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm actually gonna take Neville. I'm gonna say Neville wins the title back. Like I said, I don't mind seeing the title on Neville. It's just I don't see the reason why they took it off him and they would throw it back on him again. But I do expect them to do that though, because that's what they would do. And then they're stupid. They just don't use their mind. So yeah, that's that. Those are the 2 matches on the pre-show. I don't know if any other matches might get bumped to the pre-show or whatever, or maybe they'll just have an impromptu match or something. Just, people not. I mean, remember, Sami Zayn, Ty Dillinger, Mike Kanellis, they're not even on the card. So we might, we could see maybe like a battle royal or a giant tag match or something to maybe like, throw in the pre-show as well, because it is 2 hours. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did throw like a third match to just get some people on the card. All right, now we move to the main card. And let's start with one of the matches that I think this might be my most least interested match in the entire SummerSlam card of all 13 matches. I think I might even be interested more in the Hardy Boys Jason Jordan match against The Miz and the Miz Taraj match on the pre-show than this match here. The Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore in the shark cage above the ring. I mean, everything about this is just ridiculous. The build has been garbage. The idea of having Enzo in the cage above is just everything about. Like, I'm not even over them breaking up Enzo and Cass. I'm not over that yet. I'm still pissed off about that. So it's just ridiculous. And then, I mean, I get it. Cass is going to end up winning. Show's basically here just to put Cass over, to build him up, as a bigger star on Raw or whatever. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Enzo Amore. I mean, I did read a rumor the other day that they might put them back together or something. They could do something where, like, maybe, like, Enzo drops something from the top and, actually helps Cass out, and then maybe they put them back together as a heel tag team. I don't know how they would fare as a heel tag team rather than a face, but who the hell knows what they're going to do with Enzo Amore following SummerSlam. I mean, 205 Live, back to NXT, fire him, who the hell knows. But I don't know. I expect Big Cass to win. I'll take Big Cass in this match that I'll probably won't even watch. I'll get something to eat during this match. Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. I'm low-key looking forward to this match. Not many people are like, oh yeah, I want to see, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. I don't know why, even though we saw this match, and yes, this is another match. This is the third match that we saw on Raw with a clean finish, and we're getting another one, SummerSlam, a week later. But I'm kind of interested in seeing this match. I mean, I feel like it's pretty predictable if Finn Balor will win, especially with the fact Bray won on Raw. So I feel like no question about it, Finn Balor is going to win this match, especially because of the fact he also has the Demon gimmick, and he usually wins when he has that, and he hasn't used it in almost a year. I don't think he's used it since last year's SummerSlam, so I don't know. I feel like it could be like a surprise good match, a match nobody's expecting to be good. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking Finn Balor, though. Okay, so I didn't realize. I'm looking at the card here on WWE.com, and I thought the kickoff matches would all be listed at the bottom. There is another kickoff match that it was, for some odd reason, it's listed in the middle of the card. The SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, the New Day defending against the Usos. Also on the pre-show. Now this match, yes, we saw the New Day versus the Usos on SmackDown, but it was different people. It's supposed to be, I figured it would, I think Big E and Xavier Woods at SummerSlam, and then Kofi will be in the corner. So it was different people on SmackDown, but it was still the Usos versus the New Day. It's not much different. It's one person who's going to be different. So I don't know. It's like, thank God it wasn't a title match on SmackDown or something like they were doing with the Cruiserweight title. That was just ridiculous. But this is on the pre-show. I mean, I was hoping that they maybe hype this match up a little more than they actually did. I felt like maybe they could have added a stipulation to it. I was thinking maybe 2 out of 3 falls would have been smart. But they're just throwing it on the pre-show. It's like they just didn't care. Like, whatever, we got more things to worry about than, the tag team championships on SmackDown or whatever. So, I don't know. The New Day are the champs. So, I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't care really who wins, to be honest. I mean, the New Day just won the titles. I don't know. I'm actually going to take the Usos. I feel like that might be a little bold there, but I'll take the Usos. I think the Usos win the titles back on the pre-show. All right, next match. This match should be on the pre-show. I don't think anybody's excited for this match. Randy Orton versus Rusev. Oh, God. I don't know. It's like it's on SmackDown. It seems like they've been trying to actually make this feud somewhat interesting, and they're just completely failing miserably at this. But it seems like they were trying to actually put a lot of attention toward this feud, giving them like a decent amount of time on SmackDown. They even closed the show out with them. Like 2 weeks ago or whatever. So it's like they were trying, but they failed like really bad at making this an interesting feud. Because I mean, it's somewhat of an interesting match. It could be a good match, but I mean, I don't care. Who cares? Randy Orton versus Rusev, big deal. I feel like as for who's gonna win, it would be smart for Rusev to win. But I don't know. Randy Orton hasn't won at a pay-per-view since WrestleMania, if I'm correct. So I don't know, and I mean, but like I said, it's like, it would be smart to have, Orton put Rusev over, build up Rusev, but you never know with WWE. Very unpredictable match here, if you would say. I'll take Rusev. I say that maybe they'll actually be smart about this match and give the win to Rusev. All right, so the next match we got is the SmackDown Women's Championship. Naomi defending against Natalya. No interest in this match at all. Put it on the pre-show, to be honest with you, because they've done nothing to build this match up. Absolutely nothing in the recent weeks on SmackDown. Nothing at all. I know I say this a lot, but I mean, I remember when Natalya won the number one contender spot back at Battleground. I said I have no interest in this feud now. I will give them, I'll give them time. If they could make me change my mind about it over the next 4 weeks up until SummerSlam, I would, all right, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll change my mind. I have interest in it. But they didn't do shit on SmackDown to make this interesting of anything. Like, they didn't do anything to make people want to watch. I mean, obviously, if you're like a fan of Naomi or Natalya, a big fan, you probably have interest in this because it's your favorite wrestler or whatever. But I mean, I'm a fan of both of them. Not like the biggest fan, but I just don't care to see this match. I mean, what's there to it, I don't know. I'll say Naomi wins, and then I'm really thinking we could see a Carmella cash in. A lot of people are speculating that's not why they hyped it up. They feel like Carmella cashing in could maybe save the match, make it an interesting point of the show. So I feel like maybe we could see that. As for the match itself, I am gonna say Naomi wins. Then I don't know. I don't know if Carmella's gonna cash in or not. I feel like it could happen. Maybe I feel like we'll definitely see it teased. I think. I feel like she'll maybe make an appearance after the match, but I don't know if she'll necessarily cash in. They could tease it to the point where she's about to do it and then something happens. But I don't know. I'll take Naomi in this match. All right, we got the other women's match, Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Sasha Banks. Now this has been a whole interesting story here. Obviously, it was originally supposed to be Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Bayley got hurt. So then they did Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks on Raw this past week. Sasha won. And now she is the number one contender, which, to be honest, this is the match I wanted to see in the first place. Nothing against Bayley. I mean, I still don't understand why Bayley was originally supposed to, what they had in mind to do, why they were thinking, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss would have been another good idea, a good idea match. We saw this feud back a few months ago, and we remember how it ended at Extreme Rules with one of the worst matches of the year. The build was awful for it on Raw before that. So it's and then as the 2 weeks went by or whatever after Bayley became the number one contender, they didn't do anything. They were just doing same old nonsense, that shit they usually do. So it's it's just kind of, I don't know. I didn't have interest in it, so I'm actually much more interested in Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss for the women's title, because that's the match that should have just happened in the first place. I don't understand what made them I just don't get it. But I mean, I don't know. Nothing to complain about now because we ended up getting what we wanted. As for who's gonna win, this is kind of a tough one, to be honest with you. I really don't know where this could go. I don't know. I'll take Sasha. I'll just take Sasha in this match. I really don't know. I mean, this might be the most unpredictable match on the card. I've said that about a couple other matches that they're pretty unpredictable, but this one might be the most unpredictable one. I'll just take Sasha now, but it very, very, very well could be Alexa winning, retaining the title and everything too. All right, next we got the Raw Tag Team Championships. Sheamus and Cesaro defending against Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, 2/3 of the Shield, reuniting. The storyline for this they've been building that up over time. Ambrose didn't want to reunite with Rollins, and then Rollins didn't want to reunite with Ambrose, and they finally, on Raw last week, teamed up, and then Kurt Angle announced the match. So we ended up getting the match, and here we are. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are a tag team, and they're going for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I kind of like them as a tag team, to be honest with you, because they both were kind of lost in the shuffle on Raw. I mean, Ambrose was a hot mess. When he had the Intercontinental title, he was a mess. When he lost it, he was a mess. And then Seth Rollins was kind of in the middle of nowhere too. They just didn't have anything for him, to be honest. Really, he hasn't done anything since WrestleMania. He had that great, build with Triple H. That whole story was cool. Won at WrestleMania, and then he just hasn't done really anything yet. They haven't really had anything for him. So I guess they were like, oh, let's just put them in the tag team. So this is actually interesting. I'm intrigued by this. This is one of the few matches on the card that I am looking forward to. I think this could be one of the better matches. All 4 guys in this match are great wrestlers, so and it's going to be interesting to see if Ambrose and Rollins win the titles. So I'm looking forward to it. As for my prediction, I'll say Ambrose and Rollins pick up the titles. I'll say that. I mean, it couldn't, it could go the other way. I like how it's a very unpredictable match. It's not, an obvious. There's not an obvious. But a lot of matches on this card, it's just like definitely so and so's gonna win or whatever. This match, there's no clear winner. I don't think. It could very well go either way. So I'll just take Ambrose and Rollins and say they win the tag team titles of Raw. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, U.S. Champion, Shane McMahon, special guest referee. This match is another match I am very interested to watch because it's AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Every time they've had a match in the last 3 months or whatever, it's been good. They've had a lot of matches. They've been throwing that U.S. title around like a hot potato over the last 3 months as well. I mean, it was it changed hands 3 times within 2 weeks a few weeks back. Right around after Battleground. I think Kevin Owens won it at Battleground. And then they had, it changed hands, what was it, the SmackDown after that? So it was just changing hands every week. And then Styles won it at that live event in Madison Square Garden at the beginning of July. So they were just changing the title around. I heard the finish at Battleground wasn't supposed to happen. It was actually supposed to have Styles retain, so maybe that's why they had to make all these different plans up. But at the end of the day, here we are going into SummerSlam. Styles is the champion. Kevin Owens is not. And Shane McMahon has found himself in the match as the special referee. And obviously Shane's going to have to play some type of role in this match, It's not just, he's not, I feel like he's going to end up doing something. I did say that I could possibly see him turning heel maybe and helping Owens win, but I doubt that's going to happen, to be honest. But who knows, never know. It's another unpredictable match. I kind of didn't necessarily want to see this match again. I was thinking, they made it seem like 3 weeks ago that it was going to be Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon in a one-on-one match. I legit said that's what it looked like they were hinting at. But apparently they wanted to put that on hold, maybe do that sometime down the road. And they just wanted to give this match away again or something. So, I don't know. I'm interested in it, though, now. It's definitely going to be a good wrestling match, no question about that. I'm curious to see what role Shane does. Does somebody, does he turn? Does he just help AJ win? That's what the predictable thing is right now. Everyone's saying it's just going to be Shane. You would think Shane's just going to help AJ win, right? But I don't know, you know what I mean? Never know. He could turn heel, which would surprise a lot of people, but I've been saying it for weeks now that he could do it, so. As for who's going to win, I'll say Styles. I'll just go with what everyone's saying right now. I'll say Styles retains title. I don't know what role Shane will play in this match, but in the back of my mind, I am thinking Shane might turn heel and KO might win the title. I don't know, but I'll just take AJ in this match. Alright, next match we got is John Cena versus Baron Corbin. I got no interest in this match. Nobody really does. They really just killed Baron Corbin this past week on SmackDown. They just legit, I don't know what happened. I still can't believe it. I still cannot believe they had Corbin cash in the freaking Money in the Bank on SmackDown last week, lose the match, and now here we are, John Cena versus Baron Corbin. I didn't initially have any interest in this match. I was it might be good. You know what I mean? But then they've just killed it. I don't give a shit about this match at all because of what happened this past week on SmackDown. I'm just so pissed at WWE taking that briefcase off Corbin, not letting him win the title. I don't know what the deal was. Now there's rumors that there's backstage heat on Corbin for stuff that's happening on Twitter. Apparently he's gotten into multiple exchanges with other people, and they don't like that. So they took the briefcase on him because of what's happening on Twitter. I was looking at it, the stuff. It doesn't seem like anything crazy that they would need to take the title off him for. The briefcase rather. So I don't know. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous if it's true that that's why they took the briefcase off him, because it was just a stupid decision. And just like splitting up Enzo and Cass, I feel like they're gonna regret it, and they're gonna be talking about maybe doing something different. Where I don't know. I really feel like he should get the title. I think just give him a title match now after SummerSlam. I want to see him in main event. You know what I mean? So, as for the match itself, It's a very interesting match, though, to who's going to win. Cena has lost his last 6 straight SummerSlam matches. I saw that on WWE, the WWE app the other day. It was on there, and the first thing was like looking at Cena's 6 straight losses at SummerSlam. I was like, wow, he lost 6 straight in a row? Like, I did not realize that. I've been watching. I think this is going to be what? I mean, I was watching since 2010. I started watching right after SummerSlam in 2010, so this will either, I don't know, I'm awful with this, 6th or 7th SummerSlam, so he's almost lost every SummerSlam I've watched. So that makes you think, oh, he's going to win, right? Not necessarily. I think they just need to, like, after what they did on SmackDown, Corbin has to win this match. If they don't do this, if they don't give Corbin the win here, then just screw it. They've given up on Baron. They've given up on Baron Corbin completely if he don't win Sunday. So he needs the win. He needs the win over Cena. And if he doesn't get it, and Cena picks up the win, they've officially buried Baron Corbin. The WWE Championship is the next match. Jinder Mahal, the champ, defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. This match is a mix of 2 completely different styles of wrestling. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. This is kind of like the weirdest match on the card, to be honest with you, because I didn't expect it to happen. I really did not see them doing this match. I really thought the obvious decision would be Cena versus Mahal, but they completely swerved us and gave us Nakamura versus Mahal, which I think a lot of people would rather see. But I don't know. I mean, the rumors for the match, as for the rumors, it's just, 1 second it's Jinder's expected to win. This is only going to be like a one-time thing. No real feud here. But then I'm hearing rumors that the title is expected to go to Nakamura. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to really go off rumors for this one. I'll just have to pick someone. I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura wins the title. I'm going to say it. I think Nakamura, I don't think right now would be the greatest time to put it on him. I think maybe it's a little too early, to be honest with you. I think maybe wait till like Survivor Series around that time, or even just the next pay-per-view, Hell in the Cell. I think that's what SmackDown's next pay-per-view is. So maybe wait till then to put the title on him. I just don't feel like putting the title on him yet would be the smart decision. But then again, I could be completely wrong. I probably am. I'm wrong most of the time when it comes to this stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll take Nakamura, but Mahal could retain. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Rumors don't help here. There's nothing really clear on this match. All right, the main event of the night, the match everybody's talking about, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar defending against Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman. And if Lesnar loses, according to Paul Heyman, he and Heyman will leave the company, which is interesting because, all the stuff that's being said about Lesnar going back to UFC and fighting John Jones at an event later this year. There's all that rumor going around. Does Lesnar really leave? Does he? A lot of people were saying that maybe he will leave, but then actually come back maybe in time for WrestleMania next year. So I don't know. I don't think this will be the last time we see Lesnar in a WWE ring. I could say that for sure. There was something interesting. I did a video on it. The Barclays Center official Twitter account, that's obviously where SummerSlam will take place this Sunday, put out a tweet saying that, see Lesnar on Raw, see the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar this Monday on Raw, which had a lot of people speculating that, did they just spoil the match? Is Lesnar going to retain? I mean, I personally, as for my prediction, let me just get it out of the way now. I do see Lesnar winning this match. I see it being a great match. A lot of crazy stuff's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I see Lesnar retaining the title. So I do think we'll see Lesnar. This isn't the end of Lesnar. And he will retain the Universal Championship. I don't necessarily want Lesnar to win. I would love to see Braun Strowman or Samoa Joe win the title. I feel like Joe's been great. Especially, the match they had back at Great Balls of Fire was amazing. So I felt like maybe he could definitely win. And Paul Heyman was even saying that he would like to see Samoa Joe win the title on a podcast or something a few weeks back. And then as for Braun Strowman, he's been amazing. I have no complaints for Braun Strowman. He got injured, but from that feud he had with Roman Reigns was great. I mean, everything about Braun Strowman, they've actually successfully built him up as a star. I mean, remember when it was last year, about a year ago now, they did the brand split, and they took him away from the Wyatt family, put him on Raw alone. He was getting those squash matches every week where he'd take on the local jobber or whatever. but they actually work, and they really actually built Braun Strowman up as like one of the biggest guys in the WWE. So I don't know, props to WWE on that. You know what I mean? Nowadays you don't expect them to really be able to do anything good, but they did a good job with that. So I do expect Lesnar to win though. Like I said, nonetheless, this will be probably one of the better matches on the show because it's, you know, four of the biggest guys in WWE right now going at it for the Universal title. That stupid Universal title. It's going to be the 1 year anniversary of the Universal title. Remember how bad people were so pissed, me included, last year when they unrevealed that title? I wasn't a big fan of the name of it too. I don't like the whole like I don't know if I like the Universal. You know, I mean, it's kind of grown on me a little bit to where I don't mind it, and it's basically that way with everyone now. Like, who cares? You know, it's not going to change. But man, I did not care for that title. I don't like how it's like all red and whatever. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, WWE title is definitely the most prestigious title in the business right now. And that, you know, that's Jinder Mahal's title. So Jinder Mahal is holding the most prestigious title in the business, which is crazy. Who would have thought Jinder Mahal would be WWE champion 1 year ago? Nobody could predict that Jinder Mahal would be back in WWE as the WWE champion going into SummerSlam next year. Crazy how things change. Anyway, guys, that's it for my predictions for SummerSlam. Let me know what your predictions are in the comments below. Go follow me over on Twitter. I'll be live tweeting SummerSlam, NXT, everything this weekend. Big weekend ahead. So go give me a follow over there. Link is in the description. As always, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you sometime soon with some news videos right here on the Glorious Podcast.